And then from there, we had to carry the Chamber of Champs go Joburg.
Yeah.
That's when I mean, you know what, this is really serious. No, we have more Kaiser Chiefs. But before a Via engine, I told those boys about Panali Chiefs.
Some of the players, so the coach thing that happened to catch their eye. Yeah, these teams.
Then Paris took 4. Supersport wanted 2. Stellenbosch wanted 1. But they were not at go tournament thing. Go Cape Town. But money adira warm-up on TV. But we wanted goalkeeper, the tall one. And mind you, Mutoki second choice are no bad. Can I one young happy go? Kukuni Ratonolo Fadijo tool. Known as space.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Majitana Bongwana, welcome to it. It's Game Time Podcast. And today we are at Louis Botha HTS, as it's well known. And guess what? We've got a very interesting guest. But before we get into him, listen, go out there, get yourself Khemere Magniza, go the Don Small Street, Uskata Barawin, Yatose Monato Sanyada, Uskabaraksuin, Kinwile before Kikala show, how not a guy to boss. Majitara supply Lemonate and her Santa the guest as we having our conversation. I got the Don Small Street. We fumane now. What's a fellow like Tola Khemere Magriza guy? What's Boba Manati Luena? When I didn't something it but today, Sedilaka is our guest. But before we get into him, I love it when guests introduce themselves, right? Because that's how they want to be known. That's how they want you when you watch this thing to know them as. And I want to give him an opportunity to just give you, because this man started his footballing career at the age of 7 in 1999. The big question is, when he played under a legendary coach that we had on the podcast, Ndatelita Mukitlane. That's where he started his career at Missouri. And today he's a coach at HTS. O di phutile di cup go re la bona fela go re la o sheba ka moraka wa bona re monne ha o tlo kotsi gang o re fela tsa msheba the cabinet da o sheba tla fumana nkana Sedilaka Khotman dire mo grot.
Thank you man. Thank you very much. Ka leboga ka opportunity le mphanyona today. As much as we buile ke nna Sedilaka Mokone. Yes, ke coach mo HTS but bampitsa Coach Cedric.
Yeah,
that's how they know me, Coach Cedric. Yes.
Oh, why Coach Cedric? Basa vitsi Sedilaka King. You prefer Cedric?
Yes, I prefer Coach Cedric, which I was given by one of my friends, Zico.
Yeah,
I gave me a Cedric name. Yeah, so everyone since it's Cedric, Coach Cedric. Yes.
Yeah. Look, man. Let's start it from the bottom. You know. In terms of your childhood, where were you born and raised? Just before you started with Missouri, where were you born and raised?
Now I was born in Blomo, Kablumanda. Kablumanda, yes.
And then at the age of 7, you decide to go and get into football. How do you make that move? Do you still remember? I can imagine at 7, I can't remember much of what I was doing at the age of 7. I just remember just because
oh yeah, guys started there was a coach, Brashakes. Brashakes I was never match. Yeah, so I was like Simba, there was Simba, Ejimela mo swimming pool. In Monaco. I think it was Monaco. Yeah.
Swimming pool na field.
No, nearly field mo swimming pool.
Oh, before
swimming pool. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So Bashakes and there and Kisakobo Bralita. Le Braper. So
Coach
Pera, yes. He started more genia ya football. So and then we move la ko motoselezo ni bijwa motoselezo da ne mo fliting ya tsoselezo that's when mona start regime la te Yeah. And then engineer ka startile mo ka bra shakes ya kopana bo bra liter, and then I sale ntse ke dlala football.
And then how to Obo Bralita, where did you take it? Did it go to high school, or even Kokasi? It was still a thing. We were playing high school and Kokasi, because I understand one of the things that our viewers need to know is that you were a learner right here at HTS as well.
Yes. By the time ane kele ko Missouri, ne kele Castle Bridge. Ne kele ko primary ko Castle Bridge. And then I changed to 2007. Yes. And then HTS Louis Botha, which is our sold by Coach Prince. Ke redala against Vets. Yeah. And then Coach Prince saw me, and then HTS Louis Botha. And then from that time, ke sa tla le go Missouri. And before ke kra bazari ya Louis Botha, ka ke troletse go Missouri. Let me focus more school. But only to find out God had other plans now. Coach Prince Ampona, and then HTS Louis Botha, and then from there and then I join youths. And then that's when I was playing club football and school football. That's when into season more.
Okay. I give it wrong. Were you the one that said I want to focus on my academics, or was it like the parents? Because I know the parents are always a problem when you're younger. They would be like, let's start education first.
No, yes. Thing is, the game time. And then I felt for, you know what, coach has some favor, Raman, coach has some food. And then I decided, took it a gap in yeah, I can focus on the booking, which is the dance panel.
Let's talk about your successes as a young and playing for Sgela, for HTS, because one thing about HTS le history ayona emfethu HTS itumeka di ball amfethu kore batho ba kene Sgela hi ba mnate. I don't know if ne le kgethwa na ho no se fuwa batho thwe re batla majita tse ba mbolo fela hi.
Yeah, junior ya school, it was, I would say it was, for me it was easy. It was easy after I created bazaar, and then there was babang kabene ban timba di bazaar. Can name them babinti. So no really easy for us to win everything from grade 8 until we did matric. It was easy because but when I get la ball, it never to ba skillful. The likes of Botiko, the likes of Bokele to Musime. So Jenny it was easy for Namoskolo. That's what mention about, yeah. We played more plus, King or KB King. I know what a derby, derby on a prep.
Yeah.
That's when we recopana libo, the likes of Bobo Lodge. Yes, Bo Shoes Mugadi. You understand? So we were always on top. We were always on top. We had a powerful team. I don't want to lie, because Coach Prince, Olatile, different players from around. Communication, all the best on our latter Coach Prince. And then so the result was simple because I had really the best players. So not like create mo blow. Just tell us, unfortunately, Baba ne baloko brep na ne basa bato tamo bota. So but it really competition arona in monat. Yes, and bo brep na bo great college. Ne le monat. So but unfortunately, for Bona, it was really difficult because Rona ne retsalis.
They're looking at you.
Yes.
And then you then moved to UFS. You start playing for UFS, and then
yes, I played for 2 years. Yes, for 2 seasons, go UFS. Under the late Peter Bob Chops. Yes, and and then we finished for 2 seasons. Sale second position Moliki. And then from there, it ended at 2011. Yes.
What ended?
Geniagali Yofs.
Yeah. At that time, Yofs was it still in the ABC Mutipa? I know maybe then it was not called the ABC Mutipa. What was it called? Was it the Vodacom League?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the Vodacom League then. Was it playing in the Vodacom League?
No, we were playing SAB.
You were playing SAB?
SAB, yes.
Or give you for Bafumana promotion and get to the top.
Yes.
And then 2011 you leave UFS. I know, hey, the journey is long. Kore ufitlebo Beaufort West ufitle. But before, we need to give our viewers a perspective.
Yes.
Your journey was very lengthy. We wanna get going with it.
Okay.
So you leave UFS. Where to from there?
I joined Bloemfontein Celtic Colts. Yes. 2011 I get prepare la tournament ya Bay Hill. Yes. So that's when ke tsene mo programming ya bone ya Celtics from team ya Bay Hill. And then I joined Colts Babatuna. So which is kind of going on a second team ya first team.
Yeah.
Yes. So I joined that side, which is nigga coach like David Modise.
Yeah.
Modele le Josh Neshorong. You go Celtics, yes. 2011.
Who are some of the players then that we might remember that managed to break through? Or some of them were really some of those best players that you say, look, these are the guys I played with and not.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was I think I think it was Voyan Ntang. Kena the only player from that time. Yes, it was only Voyan Ntanga ona kgetwe ke Jimmy himself. Eliana Jimmy Sunday time Jimmy at Voyan Ntanga Musa first team. From there, the likes of JJ, Rico, everybody, we focus on the studies. So yeah, Celtics.
Focus on the
studies since after Celtics, yes.
After Celtic. When at that time, are you still in school? Are you
No, nentekele school. Yes.
So when do you finish at HTS?
2012.
Finished 2012.
Yes, 2012.
So Celtic, you have a relationship with them until
season 2010-2011 season.
Oh, so you played just one season?
Yes.
Go Colts.
Go Colts.
Under Gaba, right?
Yes.
And then you finish school. Now gila. I know Western Cape. What happens? Reverse story.
I give to but let me go. Let me go in. But you know, I been tricky.
Yeah,
it was tricky that one. It was tricky. Yeah, you know, after we never go the gap again. The gap. So it was on a Thursday, and then one of my friends, Messi, he said, "Honale Nedbank, translate go Western Cape." Like, I'm Western Cape or Cape Town. I team no, we're gonna join ASD Cape Town. I'm like, ASD Cape Town. Bafana ba ke bona ba ile finally Moscow Bay Hill. Why not?
Yeah.
Ke ya ko ke nna ke ya ko ntlo ke bela mo lady for our lady. This and this ke ASD Cape Town how. But I was on contact about contact, and then eventually the coach phone la lady ba confirm. Ka tlo ga nna ke ya Cape Town.
Sure.
Palama base on a Thursday. Ke nna o le ke ya Cape Town. Ke go re go betse ka bese ha ke tsoga how. Cape Town is strange yan. Ke re mo Beaufort West. Ke re ja salary ya Cape ba re no. To re dlale mo pele re tla hit. Okay, man. I'm like, this small place here. Beaufort West. Nagi place ke Cape Town. And then I played.
So how if it at Beaufort West, what team is there? Akero Hito ya ASD Cape Town, and then now you are at Beaufort West. There's nothing that relates to Cape Town here.
Team ebitwang Barcelona. See Barcelona. Yaka Beaufort, which is before no onu ake Clive Mateis. Before to onu ake Sharifa Eso. Yes, na ke ile ko Barcelona. Ke lo thusa Barcelona, which is a agitla ka like ke bone familiar faces ka Beaufort. I'm like, bana ke bloma la yotlhe ke ye mo sky.
In terms of majidala.
Bo shoes. I'm like, bana. Mo khotmane ke ba mo sky ba jala. No, re tlo thusetsa ka Nedbank. Then I play ke dutse mo ke jetse only for weekend and then ke boela mo blom. I had to go back gape.
Oh, what led to you going back? What led to you no jileng da kana ntse o
khutlisa? Ke welcome, you know, the way nere welcome to gating. First day, it's a small place. First day batho ba bona, who is this one?
Batho ba bona kapa
batho ba bona it's like ke ba mauthi ba batho ba tlalang bo league ya kada ba itsana. Yes. Batho bo machiri ba kada ba itse mauthi ba kada.
Santse re bue jalo wa tswa hona le this thing ya ha o ka tloa no mo blomo wa checkela Thabantsho and then how fita da batho ba pele ba tlo notice ke stoko sa da ba bona ga ngwenya ha se a mona ngwenye ha o fita Beaufort da ba bona re ntse re hela yana ha se a hi
a bona ga ne le huku ya bona ne ba go huka yana and then ka le machi
ba le huka yana
ba re tshwaga like obvious ba tlo le tshwaga machi obvious ba tlo go romella ba re mona tshwaga stoko kits so klare how tshwaga stoko se itse Africa oh ke tshwere khalati ha ke shoro ngono vara mo mena o tlo wena for ya so le mo uthile bona so se ba tumela ba mo makhalateng le bona so klare wa utwa o so le
go ba comfortable
le go klare ba bang Africans a sokola ke so o so le ntshela bo English you know so le ntshela bo English so ya didn't know ke one dirileng for ona place o tla o tshwere go vara mo go tsama mo mokotleng mo so klare wa utla a problem ke lo dira eng lo dira eng go blom ke ona le nya Beaufort West ke ona le nya Beaufort West
but how na university how na next like you think you ke hi Beaufort West and this is what it is
you know ane kana kweo hai no gona e university ka da bitswang South Camp College kada yes ana decide ke ga mawetsi ke ntlo ke bone bo mede ke tla go varsity ya se ke antse ke setletse ka da ko college sharp ke tla kada ka itla ka apply yes ka register ka dira for college boeng ka dira and 5 years ka tswa mo dulo after that ka utla ka lo tla la bona ke dize nna ka dilo tsen
so remember how about lata ke re ne ba latela Nedbank.
Yes.
So let's say first round and then you came back and then you went back again to Beaufort West now.
Yes.
What happens from there going forward? How do you find yourself having stayed there? Did you discuss with the club owner to say, Emanara Saina, like, we're going the long way? Since so banama khotmane ba betsa ka bana ba me re bitsa mo mekotleng go holy busy now dintsha mfethu
no from a ke tloga mka boela Beaufort West ke buile ka dare nyawa ke lotla and which is coach ne le nana mfounela no wenda wa kada fa mona we need you ka bone potential ya gago mona de go tla langa teng go potsa bo a go e go mona o short and o pace wa go ra dira so we need a striker like you and then I'm like okay ba re no re to patala sharp ke ra no why not ke bella lady ke ta go mela every month I don't know I wanna ke a ile ya lo then itsamela so ngolo happy ke rata ke mazana ka itla ka da vi then ka itla ka join ka sainela tika saina mo ka dlala football and then jena ka sale ya lo ya Beaufort ya football
so sharp there's this thing already we've even had it on the podcast where people tarta khaya sharp like how fita kana ntho be di change le la dumelana ka figa and then how fita kana bo create figa le dumelaneng ka yona there was a point mo di ntho di la shake nyana ba ga manna ga tla o fa 10 jikijiku so bona o kena 5
yo you know sometimes but what it is smooth talk motho ta o juta life cause a o ya ke mo pela gage la o le ke le siko la cause la ne ke le mo bloma ke na romella nyoko da man a mona tshwara o iphuthule tanki ka Nedbank ke ga sharp
a romella bokaya ke ntse tsa gana
bo stena ke bo stena kana go ne ke se itumella shona ke matla mphan stena la mo space a ga tshwara stena a ga be ke se tshwara ka utlwa man ke lo gola ka da a ke tla ka da di numbers di a change how
di change from what to what
ya change no for 1.5 ya no se ke kra se le bo 8 le pano a o sha ba bang ba gola bo di 5 ba gola ke re no this is not going to work ke dlala le bona batho ba ka ground so why bone ba create senyana mpela ka ga ngokuletse sentle kapa ngokeletse ke atomele mo bona a kra 5 ke re 4.5 at least nyana then ke tla respect ile I will negotiate re ta bona re ta bua le guy decide ke re itse ke tlo tsama unfortunately owner ga team le ka reka team and then things di look at the change no from ane owner ile itla sharifa so pa le se ka se change and ka re treat wa equal no treat wa equal no magono itse gona le ba ba golang go dim ne re ba itse so but ka ke sa complain no ka mogolo wa ka ke le sharp ke le happy
itumeletse mogolo
ke itumeletse mogolo.
But the other thing the clubhouse mfethu wa tsba la re ka ABC motsepe no a kgetha team random le raya ra re enge double up na stokisa bo go thoqo be re dula ho e1 I'm telling you to re tlo dutsa tla clubhouse braya like it's a buy go refe maybe kana go tse lona di ntone di mnate clubhouse so da ne le ja di menye ke matse ba ho no etsala
yo askisi ba got bad askisi ba ne re jaman ba ne re saje pop mari ne re ja ka saje pop ne re ja ka saje pop you know onoka o papa go ena o duzika le breaksa pizza one le phela ka onto you know o kredineng o krele bo nama ya bo nku magwa bona man faka a tlhaka selage man e do bue kae understand so e thata lona ke ye ka o tlo etsenya ka onto nyang le thata la di o dirile tla go so dirile papa ka da ho no go ka pheya tla go so go senyegile ke de wene re ja ka teng you understand so nenne go kra gore ha o ba ka ki o dutse ka snack ka bogobe ki o ntsa go ja bogobe ka snack ka masimba ha o ba ka dintsha I was panui
so lona ne le sa ipele nyoko mfethu from ele tholang like le bele o le tsebo kwala mo le ka
chasas you know sometimes kwale ne re shebile bo ne go bua nnete ne ke shebile go iphuthula ke tsnyana ka ka bo makipanyana tse pedi mauganyana a mabedinyana tlistinya mo nyoko ke ikreya e tla engwe a tsa go melle bo mazali ha go le roba a ke weekend ke gona le yo
so kana go ntso ya makhalating ka poso ya maxhoseng
a ne ke sa skimi ne ke sa vibe ka makhalati a khona cause music wa ka da no le different so o tlo ile ka maxhoseng ka da o tlo di consent ya o tlo music wa bo serious ya no so o tlo ho le ka da ke music o batlang so go chinchile no for ka makhalati so le ka maxhoseng ya no so go chinchile language e chinchile no o so bona ba ba nyano aba batletse go ya ba le ba kadama so ano re phela kada
sure
so tsana re phela kada macho o kai ka makhalateng ka so utlwa e wese ha o ya gaming weekend o kopane liwa wa go kiwa kai so ha re weekend
gaming ka fe
weekend ba go gaming so ano o tshwantse o go balance o tsama le mauti ka botlo tsama lo yuana the best way for go survive go tsama le mauti go le mauti tla kopana le na busi go kopana le na tla kopana le yes.
Enja, let's get back to your footballing career, ne? And then so Unzole kada Barcelona, they change owners and then you play. What leads to you now having to make a move and leave Barcelona?
For Barcelona go ke move. Ke move le go there's a team in Royal Blues for na ke move da. Nigga sharp. I was playing sharp. And then one day what happened for no owner team it got clubhouse. As I know I got clubhouse so da ke ka room ke na le mede. Has a room ha bula ke na ke notletse. A kopana ke na le mede me yo ra dlala weekend. Ya mane ka utlwa from there ya ma ka sa to tsame field. Ampa kon ke re mare every o malle ma bontse mo kana le tshogwa ga why is it different kan? So I don't know come question, you know, I have to go question if the captain did dear. So ba re leader for la bonsa you should do it logo. So ka ke re dirile o bone bo mamba e dira but bona ho ba punish one na punish ka pa bata go okay ke nne ke leader example. And then go tlomo ka some field there man I decided you know what it's fine, let me leave. And then ka ke vaya ke ya Royal Blues. And o shebe mo jeni nyo ya go ke ya Royal Blues ke sho ke tletse only Easter. And then ka go tla coach Tulani Nkosi wa ona coach up in Tin City. He came as a new coach at Barcelona. And then ka winner Easter tournament ka yona team ya ka ntsha. The money ile first tournament ta gage. And then a botsa but who's that boy? But this boy o tlhaga Barcelona and tsa lo tsa gantse di mo declarance sa lesentse di le teng mo Barcelona. Coach Tulana re no ways a latan that boy. Kana go ntse re le SAB ka Barcelona. A re latan that boy. A lata serious and lata Coach Tulani I went back via go Barcelona. Radlala and then ra di playoff which is never coach wa ke Brendan Truta before the playoff le Johan. And then from Johan le na ntsenya mo teaming le Truta ba re mona motho ke best player le muisa kae. And then ka boela Barcelona gape we ra ka promotion ra ABC. Khwaya gape ba sumula da mana some field gape la tile bo di player tse itseng. And then ka ke vaya sa bosira se ke re no what ke kopatlegan sa ke ba Royal Blues. And then I joined Royal Blues from there.
Royal Blues was playing where? SAB.
Royal Blues in jala that time in jala SAB ke toka ko ABC ke boela SAB. Which is re push up promotion. And then unfortunately ka promotion ka Royal Blues ra move. And then I stayed go Royal Blues. Royal Blues.
So Babchu, where does Babchu fit in like in your football in general?
Oh, yeah, Babchu after Celtics.
Yeah.
After I get to go Celtics. That was the time I get to go Celtics I get Babchu. Which is now go Celtics ke go get vai. I can't get some message ke. Ke the time ane coaching tse ke tsa go itla go Celtics. Le coach ya Colts. I tell bo re khotso mo re khotso bo just bo mambuma. So utwa kana go itale tiko da. So and then ya nata ba ya gona re focus mo school and which is no na gona re na le di bazari mo school coach Prince wa re bata school sa re tlhoka le shone. And then ya nata ba ya no are consistent re tla bo gabedi ha re tle understand. So o bata batho ba ba focused. And then ga decide okay you know what to re Babchu. We went to Babchu. We clear Babchu. Ya re tla ke tla la season le teng go Babchu. Ja itla ke tsama ke temo ya ke toga mo ka ke tela Beaufort West.
Oh yes, a little technical glitch there. We had to fix it real quick, but we are definitely back. And when we were having our conversation, right, you were telling us about we were just finishing the whole Babchi thing and going to Beaufort West, right?
Yes.
But you had already given us what happened at Beaufort West, you know, from Barcelona, Royal Blues. But I know, I think that's around the time where you kind of stopped playing when you were at Royal Blues.
Yes.
Yeah. What happened to find yourself in a place where you ended up not playing anymore?
2017.
Yeah.
Yes, 2017. I made a big mistake. Made a big mistake at 2017. We came back from Beaufort to and then we decided lemauti after tournament. Tournament. And then we went to Tabanchu. We played the first week, we won tournament. The second week, ke mo mo ne dira galateng. Ke robile ankle. Ko tournamenting, which is ka final. And then I broke my ankle. That's why ke sa di rate di gambling game. And then after that ka roba inkele. Yes, ile ka nna auto for like 3 to 6 months. Ile auto, which is ke getting this screw fully played mo inkileng. Even now ntse di le teng. But I went back, ile ka recover. Ka go setse I think boma 3-4 games. Yes. And then I went back go Beaufort. Ka leleletsa those 3 games. Which is my last game in alone ne ke ratile ene ke batla ntle ke hele yalo. Played against Ajax Cape Town. They were leading 3. I get that second half, which is was 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we managed to score 2 goals. It beat 3-2. Yes, but I performed me sharp, and then from there I told myself, you know what, sharp.
Yeah.
Let me call it quits.
Was it because of the ankle injury, or you sat down with yourself and you thought of it the long way and realized, I want you to help someone with that decision. There's probably a soccer player who's playing now, who's going to watch this, and it's hard for them to decide. If there's anything personally that I hate, is having to have a hard time to decide, because sometimes we waste time in having to make a decision. You have to make a decision to say I'm going left or right, but you are stuck in between. You can't say left or right, but one thing that does not wait for us is time. Yeah, what really led to that conversation that you had with yourself to say, look, I'm putting my boots down, I'm hanging them on the wall, I've done my thing?
Yes, injury. It stop. And on top niki sense niki kinale ngwana tla. Yeah. And then I played. And then after that I decided because they told me for kilo dins after a year or 2 kilo dins, and then can continue. And then I told myself, you know what, tsekelele ki sa ball. And kinale ngwana tshwantse ke tlo mo feed. You understand? And then I got a decision, let me grow up. Let me be the father. No dancer papa ka we na o ntsekelele ki sana le bolo vivie. You understand? And then I sit down it was difficult nikella. I don't want to lie nikella. Even though la no go tekelo tsenya di scoff ke lile. Ke re yo career ka edile. But ka go tona ise, but after nakonyana to myself ke lo ntsha di scoff ke lo dula gape vie ko ntle for my 6 months so ntse ke waster na go ena go tse ke nna motona. Claro se ke to 25. You understand? So you know what, let me look at it.
You're how old when you make that decision then?
Yes. 27 Yo, can't remember, man. 20, not 26, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere there. 26, 25. Yeah.
So how can who decide I'm hanging the boots? What do you do immediately after that? Do you come back home? What's the plan? Was there a plan aligned?
From Kiliaka Tusa, who's this Coach Leonard. Yes, Coach Leonard was what coach Royal Blues. Generally instructor, the coaches go Western Cape. So I saw answer well and why don't you want to join out to Sebana go school? Which is the Ronald Bastian, so Ronald Junior School, Casa Delecada. And then I ventured more on a genioka, Kalotusa, this Panava and the under 15. Started to coach a good under 15 man. And then I saw for, take a neighbor, Naman. Yeah. Then let me give it back. You know what? Let me coach. It for Nanigi, I was enjoying it. You understand? Why not kiss a coach? Because now I told them for no, but I want you to let the steps different. Steps so Timo le gato la ka la coaching le tlile teng. Understand? And then we took us, I think my 5. It took us in a route for how to deal with kids. Understand? Since you know which is Lena o baggage in Kosolo bona. Ba route. Ona go begile lengwele. So ke batho ba di injury. So and then I know what scatterlang injury e di ka mo shota ba le go di drug center ba le dira e ka le blame ka di injury. Continue ang mo sports until mo football on continue ang ka ona di. And then I continued ka football. Yes.
So did you get your coaching licenses and stuff?
Yo, last year.
Oh, last year kono kala.
Yeah, because you know the rona le nako ile ya di COVID. Mono sa khono go gonna le di course.
Yeah, I remember.
Sa khono le di course so yone then e delaying for rene le license. Yes. So but ke push it until we get grey. I still want more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So no ke batla re pating. I want us to jump to what you're doing now. But before we go there, I want to take something from your playing days, right? Emana bo bralita ba buile ka nepo. Bo Wolf ba bua ka dikupu. Tsere ba di kokota ba bitsa 120 la 4 bo ma 3 times ke mang khotmano coach Motlale le ena re qoqela re he kila go ngwa tsere chelete go tlitswe ngaka e tsang timinyane ya Jozi ya Gauteng go dula go bua ka yona podcasting. Lucky enough you're actually one of the few people ba sa buang ka timi eo jaaka ha ga tseba ga muthi ke ntho tsa bolo. Re first story sa say one or say two fela ke go tloga ha le wena o iletse nthe gale le swima le di shaka batho gale ba gasa o duma moroko ha o la itwa ba fumana ke moroko mo wena
yeah it mo football yeah ke twa teng I've been there ke bone yeah you know there was nigedala team e bitswang Princeville that time ona kopantshitse di player bona dirile squad so there was this guys ba batlang go botshabelo so owner ya team yo that guy on enele owner ya team na go Clive Mateis now he's coaching Princeville ka Easter tournament so o pikile di player picked and then what happened is okay a re itse sha bafana ba botshabelo ba teng go tsena bafana ba o le coach ka bathroom which is kiti ya gone tlhatswa ka da go tsentswe kiti tsentswe ka da and then in makatsa ke ball whole soccer ball it's in ka metsing le kit and then after ga ipotsa man bolo e batlang ka da so these guys are batlang instruction ba re no bolo e a tshwana tlhatswa ke motho tshwantsele e hele mo go this ball so while re dira warm up ka bolo re tsena ka ona ga warm up ke tsenya ka dipalong 1 2 ka ikora ka itseya gape ka warm up ka yona le team ya ka dipalong tsa ka da ka betsa 1 2 ke tsena ga ba a re tla go centering go isa go ball boy a be mo a tshware mo so ga dlala we play and then a re itse for go dira galang ka bolo sharp ga koriwa 1 2 3 one of these guys o tlango botshabelo wa tloga mo benching wa potela so a go butse why motho wa pota so o bua le motho lo go botshabelo so that guy go botshabelo o mona instruction aga emon so sa bolo mo le beileng teng e be ka pele ga lona ke gone o bona ground ke gone o bona shebella game I'm like motho shebella game yang ka bolo 1 2 3 ke gona ba ga go 1 2 1 3 1 e wana o bolo important bolo important
bolo ha ikene ka field
ha tsene ka field bolo e tsena le gona ka wo mapa hela
yeah
ka wo mapa re dira wo mapa ke kora ka ke tsena ko neteng ke lo itsenya khale be ke jeka ke lo inamo every game ke dira sedenye 1 ka bolo hiyo until be go win a tournament ka strategy se 1
a le sokola fela o thwe bea bolo
ha
hantle
re
ke
sokola go
shebelle
the
game.
bea bolo mo gare mo ke shebelle game for go diragala
Ntate ona kore bolo ena ke camera o yena man o dutse ka screen
mo o shebelletse ena
signal ya fitla
o bereka ntho e thata botse ene go pola hai wa ke joinile ke le ka join engwe gape e bitswang Ramblers kada and manager ga gona le like o tshwara this thing ka re ke bolo ya golf we tshwara ka le tsogong wa e kwalla fast 90 minutes ala yotlhe
yes
ha o tlo kra goal rona re tlabe re kore na re tlo kwa go ko wena o tlo e krei da mana ka bulela ingwa paela o itse go senyegile so tla re tournament ala yotlhe di mano tshwantsa tsa makotse le tsogo
ele batlelwa mothana le di-anger issues ha o sena di-anger issues o tlo fumana o se o tlweletse le tsona
ma re di bone shame even though like sometimes you are trying ba rana ke di believe ke di that's pana yo
to tlweletse o mfethu you are now a coach at HTS Brayaka and you are doing very well and we see all the trophies right here and people don't know you are out here like you are at war. Let's start with your coaching journey here at HTS. Is that turning?
Journey ya HTS started 2021. It was na kwetsela tsa di COVID. Yes, no go sna sports ka nako. I volunteered no coach Mnetisi, no me. He was the head coach at school. A coach Celtics SAB, a coach at school, so it was not too much for him. If guy buy and then let go volunteer. If you volunteer, there's no problem. He gave me under 15 for 15 years. And then I started Bergale under 15, and then what happened that year? Kakrea Kolo ko Uganda. Follow coach, I think it was national team under 17 Uganda. And then Katama he left. So after Katama, Timmy Giesets, Celtic, Timmy Giesets, first team Louis Botha, akona motho e coacha. Na ke tlela for under 15. And then ke dia kaita ke no, you know what, after under 15 because bo kwanda ka bang kopa for coach re kopa re thuse. And I'm like, why not? I volunteer. Apparently, Moatludi Campona, Moatludi was like, this guy is doing a great job. Why not Ramon Spanish? And then, Kopanli Principal, SGB Adula, Principal, no, why not? Retamona Aliki Sumul, Retamo Testa. In illustrated for Ramo Testa. Because the tournament will start next year. And then Retamona for no capable of deriving this person. We can't just hear get on a contract a year. I'm like, hey, you can't go actually Lady Pampir. The Tanzania can no for you company one guy. But okay, sharp. Can sign a contract. You know what, guy? And I'm gonna do it. Louis Botha, and I pay Louis Botha, the guy and I butter this thing. And then I get sign a contract. You got Bella Mania. You know what? Tomo Bonsa, this guy. That happened, guy.
And then that was it.
That was it.
Let's start there. Your first year now, you're given a contract. Yaselim, like what are those successful moments that comes with that year? That leads to you still being here at 2025.
Kere start at 2022. This 2021 was not sports.
Okay.
2021 ngale next. Akere ne remetse department e bule. Sports. So 2022 we started tournament at level de club. Absa de club again national tournament which is in Enalebo Tlepeme, Enalebo Sina, Enalebo Virginia Sports Academy, Nale Marisburg College. Yes, they nearly 8 teams, 8 schools. One of the difficult top tournaments ever.
That's
keep like Sundowns.
Exactly.
So now, these boys ba mpontsitse metlo. these boys kore ba ile go tournamenteng ye okay for the first time these boys ba nyorilwe ba batla go dlala because they ba sa gone go dlala because of COVID. They've been training for jara 2 years la yotlhe ba sa dlale ball ba sa dlale di game ba sa dlale tournament, and then what happened, these boys ba betsa clap me go final ta ba ja clap me go dipeneleng a ja itela bo gore tsela gona ne se simple, you know, by say o kopana le Rosina, o kopana le Harmony semi-final, o bo kopana le Clapham
in the final.
But these boys ba put it through because I nigga ba tshwantse ke ba encourage ke bue le bo, and then from first win you I knew it for team.
Yeah,
I have a team here.
Yeah.
So and then from there it alles is smooth from season 2022.
So 2022, there seems to have been a lot of successes for you. Like, what were those, and which ones were more memorable than? I know, obviously, this one, the cup, the Absa Cup that you spoke about, has to be one of those memorable ones. And then, what are other memorable ones from the whole, you know, success that you got in that year?
2022. NG knockout, champ of champs. Hopefully that team they were in about 17 years, 18 years. How about we winner those tournament? But la batho ba tona mobo. And then we kaitla engine tournament. We won more. We now regional. It was provincial. Yeah, provincial. Beat all these clubs. Get to lead all these clubs. Free State, which is Kidis Kolo club. And then we carry winner. And then from there we had to carry transfer chamber of champs go Joburg. Yeah. That's when I bona kere, you know what, this is really sabu sirase. No, we have Bo Kaiser Chiefs there, you have Cape Town City, you have all these clubs. So okay, it's fine. But before a Via engine, I told those boys Roko Panali Chiefs. They didn't believe me. They didn't believe me. Chiefs go semi-final.
What made you believe Loco Panali Chiefs? Like,
you know, this boys ba respect those guys back at that too much. But Joe Big. You'll get one of your players abele real example like abele Mfundo Villagas. Mfundo Villagas o dirile lina la gagwe. You were self chance to itirele lina le lena gago. Now you praising this boy ka mo sho go lokopana le nada le tlabele mo tshaba. Now ke kopana the Chiefs. And I want you to hakitse ke rapetse ga kae for Chiefs. And ka ke kry itse Kaizer Chiefs. And motompo leileng it ganze ke bua kae Mfundo Villagas with only that free kick. We had the game mo matsogong. We had it. Because ne ke petse mo ifle ga dipeneleng ke tlo ja Chiefs. Le bona ke tlo ja Chiefs. Because I could see le ona technical team ya bona ne ba le frustrated for what's happening. I have the likes of Bokwanda ko morago kwa le team was strong. Ke na le Bokabi ko pele kwa le Bopezo mo mpeng mo kore ne ke le relaxed. I was ne ke le coach le relaxed. Ke you know what, to get control. Le bona ba jewa ba winner tla be ke le proud. Ba mphilela nyane ke ba.
Ne lile ka bolo ya ne shebellang game.
No, ne re sa ka bolo shebellang game.
No wonder. Marari. So you guys go all the way and then you are knocked out.
Yes.
At the semis, right?
Yes.
Some of the players, so the coaching that happened to catch their eye. Yeah, these teams, because I'd like to believe or I'm fit to you can't get to the semis and then not even one or two players are spotted.
Sure. They took 4 Pirates. I think Pirates took 4. Super Sport wanted 2. Stellenbosch wanted 1. But they were not at go tournamenting, but never go Cape Town. But ba money adira warm up mo TV. But we wanted goalkeeper, the tall one. Ka warm up ba phone ba we wanted goalkeeper. Ka warm up. And mind you, motho ke second choice ya rona ba mmata. Understand? And then Pirates came. They took those 4. But they left 4. Yes. And then those 4 that ba ile ba ntse ba tla tournament le bona ba tla di tournament le bona, and then kaba busa 3 ba siya Xolani. And then now I have 1 ke Xolani ko Pirates, and then now I have 2 ke na le 1 engwe gape ko Sekhukhuni re tlhonolofaditswe Thulo known as Peso. Yes, ke bona ba breakileng through to DDC.
Sure.
Yes, which is nane ke hope gore hal team ile ka ile ngabe e tlile ke ste mo 7 because they were dominating, and mal le mang ona aspana ne ke sa tore kwanda bo 4 year ke ona spanning a blind. No, the whole team in a blind. So lena ne ke tsekele shock to ke ba do when it's sad.
Yeah,
it's sad, but I'm proud of ba ile skolong ba ta pusha jenia ya varsity cup. Yeah.
So against Stellenbosch, what happened?
He didn't go.
He didn't go. How so?
Ona dira matric.
Sure.
And then he decided for a nope. To go hit.
You get lucky and unlucky at the same time, that you know. And then come on, you have to make that very important decision. You see, people always judge soccer players sometimes.
Yeah.
To say, hey, wow, I wanna retire. No, there's, you know, but the way these things come, you have to choose whether you want to exam or Stellenbosch. And sometimes some parents, for them, this is bread on the table. They probably saw some soccer player ata apalame Maserati mo banana konana o re school ba bona ga e fedile lo gola jalo ka doctor kwa a re papa re batla Maserati. You know? So we moved to, so you had that squad, right?
Yes.
And then we go to 2023, you're still coming like a house on fire. A whole lot of achievements. The reason why I want you to talk about them is that many a times we don't look at coaches that come at this level, right? And do the work that you've been doing. They're doing great. Years from now, they'll be mentioning your name, and people wouldn't even have a place where they can say, where do we find stories at demand? You understand? That's what's important about this podcast, to say, we are already putting it out there. One day, Peso, tabele mchino chinchang in the PSL, and then people must find your story. Now we go to 2023. You're still like coming like a house on fire. Some of those achievements in 2023.
Had the same team.
Yeah.
I had the same team. Bo Peso, bo Kwanda, bo Xolani, bo Kabi, the same team. So whatever we did in 2022, we continued. Because dari nyakwana ne le thatha zonke yona ne motho wa rona we thatha zonke, and then they continued go ba stopileng teng, but unfortunately trophy ene ba sokola ka one ke a motsepe. That's the only trophy ene ba sokola ka yona, those boys. But from Veldet Lava, cause ke yona tournament ya pele, from Veldet Lava we continued. Veldet Lava for second place. We continued the Magnificent Wednesday, which is team A. School says in pushing for D for getting negative. He Kimolo na Brepna. Don't wanna lie, Brepna push it for 2 years. And to team of Don. I can lose her. Don. Understand? So, but 2023. Or push it, and this boys say bana le pride ile nya bona. They bana barata school, they were fighting for better school. Ke yona da ene ile important for bona.
Yeah.
But bana di injury bana leng, but still ba continue. Jenny the trophy ne ba sa batlo bona trophy, those boys. Those boys ba bona trophy re ne ba itse fa ke a rona ile. Awe ba motafole ne ba itse ke a rona trophy, and they'll make sure for ba kry. Mangona le injury na obela coach ke to continue ke tlalla school o re ka go ntsha re next ke tlo ke mo respect. So these boys in le bona relationship ya it was good with these boys, that is why no go le simple go batla se di trophy mo sekolong. And ne ba sa rate fame mo go batiswe mo di quating ba ne ba batla go dira lo tsa bone behind. But ba bona batho ba bone trophy ntse tlaela. So I ne ke ba encourage. Ka be legends we re lwanela school. No one is bigger than this school. You understand? Re winner trophy. Wa bona tle mo tournament. It means re tetse trophy eo. Ele bona nyo re tetse yona. Because people won't remember. I want to gopola number 2.
Never.
But who won the tournament?
Yeah.
It's a wiki Ngabagazu. Okay, Ngabagazu. Number 2, Louis Botha. Okay, sharp. Why? Okay, my winning clove.
Yeah.
Ngabagazu. Oh. Kema so banebabata go nada.
Yeah.
To be remembered for kebo mang ba winning the tournament. So bone ba sile legacy ya bona. That is why ba diretswe le boto tse pedi kwa go tuck shop. For this but ba busitse da nya gona ya school. So yeah.
But let's talk about you. What made it easy for you to be able to get these boys, at that level? It could be support from the school. It could be mentorship from some of the coaches that you work with. It could be, any other reason that keeps you going, that gives you that support to keep moving. Because I can understand probably a lot of schools, they wish to be where Louis Botha is today, to have a soccer team that goes out there. I've seen teachers that put in an effort in some other disadvantaged schools where you see, hey, but it's just not coming. And sometimes you could find it's the form of support that the coach has.
Now for now, itorela tank to technical team yak. And umong my assistant coach Didiz. Genio this boys, it was not easy because now I told coach before I'm going to be their brother. I can't be their father. Coach Kabza, when are you going to be their father? Yes. Now I'm going to be their brother. Kitoro shera alesele bona this boys. Because if you dula le obutago, o khona go dula le obutago and then o bo shera alesele obutago. For big bro ke tlhoka eng ke batla o nthuse ka eng obviously se obutago ke tlo go nna teng ke tlo go thusa go guide go bela ntwana go diru yana ke tlhaga teng go lifestyle nyeo ka itse go dira gala eng ke dello if onana for o bigger than football or onana bigger than this school ke ona tselo down follow ya gago so this boys ban tla ke bo ba 18 years ba winner Alice kelello tsa bona tla ke tshwantse ke bergana le di ego tsa these boys ke tsida ka ba godis ka ba tlisa close or ke ba push the only thing ke tlhoka mo bona just ne ke ba tlisa close for a chance ke tlo mamela stories sa gago ke kopa le nno mamela please be coachable you understand because I know coach moto na mona but coach if coach a gona go mamela a gona okay I respect decisions tsa coach Sedi and then Coach Kabza was there. Because una coach DDC ya Celtics. Even though sometimes I get clueless. Ne ke ko yena ke Coach Kabza. Ke dira ya. Are abona ga tompela ga ska doubt. Ska ba doubt. Are whatever e khapelong ya gago. O we nagana for is best. Do it. To support. I went through the likes of Bokwanda bona bomzulu. Re bua di batho ba shebilweng Jesus. Re bua man the big star.
Bra, how I knew about Kwanda. It was before Afita go CUT,
yes.
Right? E mana kana le bitsang pina tse tsa bona tse. Kana ba di bitsang Gwijo.
Yes.
Ba re ke Kwanda wa Gwijo. Musupe motabu anga Kwanda wa Gwijo 13 years. I'm like, who's this Kwanda? And I remember there was a game CUT Dala. So at that time I lost touch with the team a little bit with CUT and then Jiki wana la idea again. Pepile five. Kwanda. Mana. And how about Kwanda? And I'm like, hey, man, and that's how I got to know about him. So, but I understand, you talking about support, right? But let's go back to your playing times. Some of the best players that you played with. Majitane ba bua ka Messi too, and you could see their eyes light up. But that was the South African Messi version of Mzansi Messi. But I got to think, having played with him, what are some of those players that you played with that you say, yes, 9 my playing times I played with? This is no disrespect to other players that you won't be mentioning, but those are your personal, favorites.
Oh, how bua ka Messi, Tebogo Moleta. Bua ka star. Ke getse Tebogo Moleta. I played with Moao Molefe, known as Teko. I played with Dladla, known as Samkelo Dladla. Roscoe McKenzie, Sizo Ngoma, Keletso Musime, Obo Wandi Chemolani. You are not to Kore. Ke list man.
Yeah.
Ke list. Who is this? Bojesi Fantonor. Body late links.
Yeah.
Yes. And
then there are those players that you played against that you were like, Joe.
Yeah, you can say Tembinkos.
Yeah,
Lodge, yeah. And then the likes of Boshus Mukadi. Bonewon Nakuza. Yo. Ke tletele batho ba bang ba serious. Nka se bua ke ba lebala ba ba serious re tletse ke tletse le batho ba serious. Yeah.
I know a lot of people can judge what I'm about to say, but I think, Lona, you were that last generation that was driven by passion when you're playing football. Like now we do it. And I'm happy that they're coached by people like you and they're given guidance here and there. Coach Donna, they're there. You understand? But now it's more of fame than anything. Like Ntwana big-headed before they can even make it any further. Half it a tournament thing ya 15 days. See, like banana TikTok and 2 years down the line, how some more, But you guys were chasing passion. You went through it. You went through it all, to get this. That is why your stories are more important. So that you guys, you used to hustle these things.
Yeah.
And for you to say when you had to put those boots down, you were crying. I can tell you how many said they were crying when they were putting their boots down. But you've done it. You've done all that you've done with your life.
Yeah.
You're here at HTS, doing what you're doing, with your success and anything that is upcoming. What is your end goal? What do you want to achieve out of all these things? What do you want to be remembered for one day? Where do you want to? And I'm asking this question because right now, you know how I used to hang around Coach Morena Ramorebud and seeing him do what he's doing now. It's just like this is the very same Coach Morena Ramorebud I used to sit in studio with. I analyze ideas here and with that passion of his, the same Morena Ramorebud that beat Orlando Pirates Kamaluti and went to beat Orlando Pirates Hapeka joining Galaxy, and he kept on defying history. I change, making it something we don't see. You understand? So I want to take that from you today and ask you, like, what would be the biggest end goal for you?
For now, to be honest, I just want to see these boys babahol. But I'll grow these boys. I want to develop. I want to see every player develop and reach a PSL or national team. That's aim plan ya ka ke go develop. I ke batlo go ntse ke ready for bo national team boy, not now. Not now. Hulu ya ka no yana ko re ke he this young boys. And then ke healing tse ke le monyane, so ke batla go groma. Ke tswelle pele ntse ke groma ke instill. I want to instill that ya passion mo these boys. Like I wanna just like these boys bana le passion because neke bana passion understand. So I want to see at least every year from now for every year for 2 or 3 players here nationally for under 17.
Not
now.
Since about province
not now. Ke kopa go build a le nna. Ke build, you know, the months ke build through this boys in ka gola. So as much as ke dula le bo coach, like bo coach Monde ka dula le bona, bo Bralita, we sit down bang advice because ba bona okay, this one is passionate. Understand? So why not remo guide before kamosho mo tla ba lose passion ya coach. Understand? Even the baba tona, but you know ke ka gona dula le bona, can call even coach ke mmotse le coach dona ke kopa re dula at ke batla re ke re bo le bona o tampella ka life dona mpela for you know what mon Spanish was dirang Spanish ke hip was span and then nna serve ke spana ntse ke lona ke shebile lona yana ele re ka span. You understand? So ke ona danye ke I want to see the player tsa rona di gola and di ske la gola ka le tswalo di ske bela na le pride jaaka tsa no ya le tsa no ya nitsa maka di TikTok o dira ding di big players ba di bracket. No, ke bata player tse di ne humble. Player ke coach nga itla ko e yanting e be le humble di ra span sa gage. Ke ona danye ke batang go e bona these boys ba gola mo bophelong. O reach a goal ya gago and I'm gonna guide you until how it's a school se a ke tlo neglect ntse ke tlo guide mo bophelong ba gago.
Coach Cedric, look, thank you so much for giving us your time. But kana Free State Beaufort Andamang, I know your recent achievement is that you are being given a team province. Am I right?
Team province.
Oh no, I'm wrong then.
Not yet. And it's ke batla. Ke batla ka pelo la yotlhe.
Maybe I'm prophesying.
And I thank you.
Maybe I'm prophesying. But that's where we end the conversation. Thank you so much for giving us your time. We know you gotta handle the boys there. That's why we came to the school. Into your roots. But thanks so much for having this conversation with us. Also, on that note, Scalabala Kriya, Gemerea, Magriza, the Dawn. And don't also forget to subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let's get them. We have to. But winter hike and land really go stay there. So please keep on subscribing. But as always, before I drop the mic, I say this words: to whom much is given, much is expected, and to whom much is expected, much is required. Every champion that is a champion today was once a contender who refused to give up. I'm Big P, the greatest for Game Time Podcast. See you next time, God willing. Ayoba.